So the next set of apps are basically some of the optional ones you can install from startup. So when you first boot Calyx up after installing it, which is really dead simple, it gives you a list of apps that you could optionally install. Conversations is one for XMPP that I didn't install because I've been using Monocle's chat for that. But yeah. So one of them is DavX5, which is just an app for syncing your calendars and contacts, really. So you just add an account, figure out the way you need to do it, and it has instructions on how to do it. It'll link you to it. So if we go in here, we can, where was it? Click the help button, and it just gives us a list of all the available services that we can use with it. So really dead simple, somewhat, but yeah. So the next one is Aurora Store, which is just a Google Play Store front end that you have the option of anonymizing your session with. You can go in here and log in and download some of your paid apps. I mentioned it briefly before, but if you've got Play games that require Google Play Games to work, then you're going to be kind of out of luck without installing Google Play services directly, because Micro G doesn't have the capability to compensate for that. So you may be out of luck on that one. I apologize, not my fault, but yeah. So the other two that you have as an option are RiseUp VPN and Calyx VPN. So Calyx VPN is one by the Calyx Institute that routes you through stuff later. So you can do that, advanced settings, blah, blah, blah. The other one, RiseUp VPN, I haven't opened this up. So you've also got toggles to turn them on up here. So you can use either one depending on how you're feeling. Pretty much have about the same option. I don't remember if you get to choose your endpoint or not, but it'll probably tell you what your endpoint is. Go in, turn on Calyx VPN. And now we are browsing over a VPN through New York. So the next one is Briar, which is a decentralized, wait, it's going to ask me for a password. It's basically a decentralized messaging system that uses local devices that also use it to send messages to other people. So you don't need the internet for it, and it does encrypt it. So yeah, and then Signal, I've generally had Molly installed as my Signal app, but it gave me the option to install this. And if you've heard about Signal, all they have on you is basically when you created your account. So they don't even have your messages, because they don't save those on their servers. So if anybody has looked at Mental Outlaw's video on Signal, he talked about how the feds went after Signal and said, give us all your stuff. And all they could give them was creation dates, not any messages at all, even encrypted. So Signal will not keep your messages. So anything you do there is pretty safe. And Calyx is built to ask you whether you want to basically message over Signal or call via Signal or what all. So you have that option. Tor browser and Orbot both connect to Tor. So Orbot lets you connect everything to Tor, all your apps, all your internet traffic. Tor browser basically just works on the one end. So those kind of go hand in hand. Anybody who's used Tor browser already knows it's got different links, Onion Network. So MU PDF Viewer is one of the PDF viewers that it lets you install. So we can go in and It's just a PDF reader. Lets you set that up from the get-go. So Oni Probe is an interesting one. So what it does is it tests your ISP for any censorship measures that they may be taking. So if your ISP is blocking certain like websites or services and all, then it will should tell you what those are. And then if your ISP is also preventing certain circumvention tools, then it'll be able to test that. And then it tests your network speeds and things like that, because sometimes certain ISPs don't necessarily completely block certain websites or services. They make those services and websites slower. So this tells you where you could circumvent that by its data analysis, and it does send that analysis data to them publicly without any identifying data to you. So the next one is the simple one. It's Scrambled EXIF. It takes your images and removes all the extra metadata that could, in essence, identify your location and whatnot. So it'll scramble that up and turn it into scrambled data. And then finally, your weather app gives you weather forecasts and whatnot. You can change the settings. They do recommend that you get your own personal account to query things from, because the public one does have a limit. It's kind of like wetter.in, in that there's a certain limit to where after so many queries it just dies. So setting your own account up means that you don't have to gamble whether somebody else is going to take all the queries or not and leave you in the dark wondering about the weather. But those are the optional ones that I've installed here thus far. So yeah, those are some of your options, kind of somewhat how they work. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Algorithm really seems to like that, and it actually helps it get directly out to more people. And you can even join the chat and interact when I'm not online or what have you in Discord, Guilded, XMPP, and check out my streaming stuff. Links are all in the description places, and I will see you guys later.